Okay, holy shit, yo, I just had a breakthrough. I was thinking about, beginning to tell my story. And like why my childhood was so traumatic. And, a lot of it centers around growing up with a narcissistic father who was very verbally and emotionally abusive to me. And a lot of fear just comes up, and guilt, and shame, because it's my truth, and it is true, but there's this big part of me that, like, doesn't want to hurt my dad. And so this has been really hard for me to own, and I wasn't even aware of it until I started doing my healing work, that really most of my issues come back to my relationship with my dad, and not ever receiving emotional support. Like, he wasn't there emotionally, and that's because of the trauma that he suffered in his childhood. And there's I feel so, like, right now I'm so blocked. Oh my gosh, I think this is my solar plexus chakra and my throat chakra too. Holy shit. This winter solstice energy is strong. I'm releasing so much tonight. So many things have happened. Thank you, Santa Maria. Thank you, Archangel Michael. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna post this anywhere because it's this is really private. This is extremely private, and not everyone needs to know, I guess. I don't know though. I feel like I'm here to share my authentic truth, and I feel like me sharing and owning my story is what I'm here to do, but I'm so scared of it. I'm so scared because because here's the thing. I've been knew when I was younger that I was being abused, and I would say to them, like, this is child abuse, this is child abuse, like, I'm gonna sue you, or and I was so indignant about it too, and I was so rude about it. But I mean, I was being abused, and I was aware of that, and I got gaslighted so much by my dad. And I mean, I don't know, there wasn't too much gaslighting by my mom, I guess. She just denied it. I don't really know. It's foggy. They're repressed memories, but that I'm just now rediscovering. But I just, and part of me is I feel like he wouldn't watch my videos anyway, but I just oh my gosh, there's so much guilt and shame. It feels so horrible. Because, oh god, my throat chakra is so blocked right now. I just need to say it. I was punished so much for bringing it up that I just had to stop. Yeah, it was abuse. It was verbal and emotional abuse because, gosh, fuck. I feel like it would help so many people, for me to be honest about it and for me to talk about it, because so many people are going through it. But it's I feel responsible like, I'm really scared of, like, I guess how my family's gonna see me. And I feel like they're gonna be really mad at me. And I know, like, and I know their emotions aren't my responsibility, but it's like, and I know I'll get to a point where I'm just like, and maybe that point is like, you know, in a couple of days or a week after, where I'm just like, fuck it, and I start owning my truth. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. There is the ancestral curse of my dad's side of the family is rage. Y'all, I feel my throat chakra like activating right now. It's rage. I have a lot of repressed rage. So much, actually. It was actually I thought I was a sociopath because for a couple years I could feel nothing but rage. I couldn't cry. I couldn't connect with any other emotions. But because I'm on the autism spectrum and I'm so good at masking, I'm really good at emulating emotions, like with my facial expressions, and quite frankly, I was really good at manipulating. I didn't necessarily manipulate others into getting something I want, but I manipulated them in the way that I was not being who I truly was. I was putting on a mask. I was masking. But I had no other choice. So oh my gosh, there's so much guilt when I talk about it. Like I'm like justifying. Why am I justifying? Y'all, I don't know if I'm gonna post this because this is super personal. This is probably, if I post this is the most personal thing I've ever said and put on social media. But I just feel like it needs to be spoken, and I can't like not sit on anymore because it's my truth, and I want to own my truth, and part of me is like, just wait till you get over it and then see if you want to post it after. But part of me is like, I feel like in order to get over it, I need to post about it. Like, this is the test. Like, am I willing? This is the fucking test, y'all. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is the test. Shit. I'm an exact match to the reality that I find myself in right now. And I designed this test for myself. Oh my gosh, I feel it in my throat chakra. To speak my truth about this situation. Because none of it's real. Y'all, I keep forgetting. That none of it's real. Like, it's literally the Matrix. And wait, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up, y'all. I think I just solved it. Y'all are really getting if I post this, an inside view on how I process things and how I transmute energy. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, I remembered. If they were ever to like watch the entire video of this, I don't know, I feel like they're just gonna think I'm crazy anyway. Like, I'm talking about how none of this is real and it's the Matrix, and I'm really like, and I'm worried that they're like, oh, they're gonna be mad at me. Like, okay, like, it's not fucking real anyway. Like, our souls, I'm not Willow. Fuck, I keep forgetting. Guys, oh my god, I think this is the breakthrough epiphany that I'm having on the solstice. Holy shit, y'all. Holy shit, y'all are witness. I'm so glad I'm recording this. Oh, my phone it's going to die at some point, so I guess it'll end when it ends. But, well, I guess I can record on my iPad later. Okay. But, wow, thank you, Santa Maria. Like, whenever I use this herb for good, she gives me so many insights. And, like, wow, I'm grateful. But holy shit, I've been feeding energy into a lie. I've been having so much fear about speaking my truth. Y'all, oh my god, I think my throat chakra opened and my solar plexus chakra opened tonight. Guys, can anyone confirm, like, anyone who, like, you know, like, sees energy or, like, feels energy, please comment and let me know if you feel it open. Because I think I just cracked the code. I figured out. Guys, oh my gosh, I'm so happy right now. I just figured it out. Okay, so something that's been coming up. Oh my god, guys. So in my client sessions, I'm just gonna, you know, I have to channel something because my brain, I need a stim. In my client sessions, what has been coming up the most is, oh gosh, it slipped away. Okay, hold on, y'all, let me re-get it. This happens a lot. Especially when I'm using Santa Maria. Okay, it's an epiphany moment. Okay, what's been coming up in my client sessions has been, fuck. I'll just edit this part out, I guess. Oh, okay. Hopefully I get through it this time. What's been coming up a lot in my sessions, y'all, I am toasted. I'm gonna have to edit this part out. It would kind of be funny though. Like, maybe I'll leave it in, but it's already 12 minutes long. Anyway. Fuck. Okay. What has been coming up in my individual client sessions a lot is using your emotions as a compass. And that's something that the Pinnacle, they like always, they keep saying in every Akashic Records reading, is use your emotions as a compass. And when you're feeling a negative emotion, and you know, they've channeled more in depth in this in individual sessions, so now I know a little bit more about it. But basically, what they said is that your higher self, your highest self, is vibrating, like, you know, so we exist as you know, the one source consciousness, like a source energy, you know, and we split off a tiny fragment of ourselves, which is called the soul, and we put it in a body. And not just one body, not just one mind, like we're doing this like all simultaneously across all lifetimes, and it's all the same us, you know, and just like different aspects expressed in different souls, you know. And so, you know, there's no separation. There's no separation. We're all the same one energy. We think it's just from, I keep forgetting that, you know, it's not, I'm not Willow. I'm not Willow. That's what I just had to realize again, that I'm not Willow. I am a soul having the experience of being Willow in this lifetime, but I'm here to break free of that mold and that identity. That's not who I am anymore. You know, and I used to be William. That was my birth name, right? And so what I really mean by I'm not Willow is I'm not William. You know, I'm more Willow now. But also, I'm not Willow. Willow is the person I'm becoming. you know, the person that I have started to become when I had my spiritual awakening. Willow is, it's like my soul and who I'm constantly trying to embody. Like the more that I release and let go of, it's like, okay, here's how I can explain it. Here's how I can explain it. My subconscious mind, most of it is still William. Okay, my conscious mind is Willow, but a lot of it is still William because I lived as William for. And also, I think this is part of my, you know, speaking my truth is that, you know, like I tend not to mention that my name was William, especially like on social media. I am very like, I'm done with that part of me. But now I'm embracing it because that's who I was, and I spent a lot of years working as that version of myself to get me to here where I was today. And I have a lot of compassion for myself. I used to not. I used to have a lot of self-hatred and unworthiness and self-doubt and never felt like enough. And now I know that I am. I am all the things that I thought I was not. You know? But anyway, so that's the epiphany that I'm having is I think this is the like big test to open up these energy centers for me. And there's like so many years of like gaslighting and abuse behind it. But that's my truth, is speaking that I was abused and that it is a generational cycle in the family. And my dad was only doing it because, you know, he was even more abused by his dad. And my grandpa, his dad was, I can't even imagine what kind of childhood that he had. You know, especially going back, you know, in time when like, you know, we just now as a society are starting to be like, yeah, spanking your kids, physically hitting your kids is abuse. And you know, like back then it was commonplace. It's been commonplace until so recently. And it's like I think I'm, you know, I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm the one who realized what was going on and decided not to continue to perpetuate the cycle when everyone else, which I don't blame them for it, you know, with what they know, you know, without knowing that this is a matrix, without knowing that, you know, all of this is just a play, and when you die, you realize you were just playing out these roles in order to teach each other lessons. Without knowing that, I can understand why. But I know differently now. And so I'm not bound by the constraints of this reality. And it doesn't matter how mad my family gets. I love them, but this is my fucking life. This is my movie. And I'm not going to be silenced. And I'm not going to just sit here and pretend that I didn't go through something that made me, quite frankly, you know, I think this is part of my purpose here as well, is speaking openly about suicidal ideation, is because, you know, since middle school, I had a lot of suicidal ideation. And, you know, I'm so sensitive and I'm so empathic, that it just really got to me. Like, just I was always in trouble at home. You know, even though like I was behaviorally, I understand that I was not the model child because, number one, I'm not perfect. Duh. Number two, I realize now that I've been autistic the whole time. And because of like my specific comorbidity with autism and ADHD, I'm very, very good at masking. I'm very skilled at masking to the point where nobody knew. You know, I seemed a little odd sometimes, I feel like. But, you know, people just wrote it off as like, oh yeah, my pronouns were he. He's just weird. Now my pronouns are they. that's another thing is, I was like, oh yeah, my pronouns are they, she, and what happened was a lot of people like just like started saying she, which isn't entirely accurate, and it's not my fault, but I could have communicated those boundaries clearer, and now that's what I'm doing. So now I'm just introducing myself as they, them. The she is really just, I was settling for less with the she because so much of society is, hold on y'all, I need some water. Okay. Because y'all, I'm wondering if I should just, I'm starting a podcast soon, and I've like been feeling called to, maybe I should like get into this on my podcast instead of on a video. Because this is going to be so many videos I would need to post. But, maybe this can be an introduction to my podcast. Maybe this is how I get people, I'm sharing my story, I'm relating to people, and then I point them to my podcast. Okay, y'all, I'm pointing y'all to the podcast. I'll need to record the first episode soon, but be on the lookout. Because I have so much to talk about now that I'm owning my truth, and I think that's what's been keeping me procrastinating from starting the podcast, is because I'm like, there's so many things I want to talk about, but I'm scared to talk about them because I don't want to hurt my family members and, call them out on their bullshit. But someone just came inside. Hold on, let me shut the door. Long story short, gosh, I want to say something where I'm like, I'm so blocked. I'm so blocked. There's so many things that I want to say right now, but because I'm recording, I'm inhibited by it, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is more fear that's coming up. Thank you, Winter Solstice. Thank you, Winter Solstice. If I end up